Well, hey, everybody. How is it going? Well, it is the end of my day, but I'm still going because I promise you guys the summer fun. I'm making some good meals, quick salads. And as I learn how to make some of these things, I'm going to share it with you. So today, which I'm excited, we're going to do what they call a cornbread salad. Actually, I just learned how to make this salad today. So I don't even know how it's going to taste, but I'm looking forward to it. So as we make it together, let's dig in. But it's been a long day. So I do want to start us off with a scripture, right? Because we're about the word of God more than anything. So as we learn different things, we don't want to forget what the main purpose is. So I picked a scripture out of Colossians chapter 1, and I'm going to read verse 16 and 17. Sometimes we could get hung up on, our accomplishment or what we didn't accomplish or what we think is good or what isn't good. We can get tripped up and not just live simple, make life simple. Because God is simple, He laid out simple directions. And we're the one that's kind of really complicated, but you know what? We ain't gonna get into that. We're just gonna keep it simple, right? Because everything is good. When God created the world, what is the most thing that He said behind each thing? I was listening to Pastor Charles. It's all good, right? And if God could settle with things being good, who He is perfect, um, don't beat yourself up so much, right? Just go with the flow and make life a little bit more simpler. So let me read this scripture. It says, "For in Him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether throne or powers or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through Him and for Him. He is before all things, and in all things, He holds together. He holds it together. So sometimes we just need to make things a little bit more simple and remember that God is the creator who created everything, and everything was made for Him and through Him. And He's sharing that with us. And you might be saying, what they got to do with a salad? Nothing. It's just to encourage you to not make things so complicated. So let's talk about what's in this salad. Well, first of all, I cooked my cornbread, and I decided I was going to do Jiffy, but then I decided to go with Martha White's cornbread, where I only had to do was mix the milk with this packet, and it was only like 3/4 cups of milk, and so I did that, and I cooked it, and eventually I'm gonna slice it up just like you would do, almost like croutons. I think that's in my mind because I don't want you to get stuck on a cornbread salad. It's got stuff in the salad, right? So it's gonna have we'll make our own dressing, and it's gonna be made out of a 3/4 cup of ranch dressing and a fourth cup of barbecue sauce. You know what? While I'm reading this, I can go ahead and be doing some of these things at the same time instead of they say kill a few birds with one stone. Because like I said, it's the end of the day, and I've been working. So let me get my little ranch dressing and my little barbecue sauce. So I went to the store and I decided to use the Publix brand of the ranch. I don't know if you can see that ranch dressing by Publix. And it says we need 3/4 cups of that ranch dressing. Get it all nice and creamy in there. So I figure as I talk to y'all, I might as well be doing the work, right? I'm gonna put this in a little cup. This dressing smells good. I don't know if it's because I'm hungry or what, but yeah, it's the end of the day. So I used the Publix ranch dressing. Move that out of my way. I hate a lot of clutter. And then we need 1/4 cup of the barbecue sauce. I decided to go for something sweet, so I went for the Hickory and Brown Sugar. And this is by Sweet Baby Ray's. Okay, so I'm going to use, it says 1/4 of a cup. All right. move this out the way because it'll be getting put right up. Because I don't like a lot of clutter. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this. So this is gonna make our own little special dressing for this mixture that we're gonna be making. The cornbread salad. Now I just have to admit, I'm not a salad person, but I thought, you know what? With all the stuff that's gonna be in the salad, it's gonna actually feel like it's gonna be filling. Because I tell you, when I go to a restaurant, the last thing I'm thinking about on my plate is a salad. I'm thinking I finally got out to go somewhere to eat. I'm not gonna eat no lettuce and tomatoes when I could do that at home. But I do have to admit, sometimes when I do end up getting a salad, it do surprise me. Because you know how you have the same ingredients, but it just don't taste the same. I don't know if it's because you're out. It's probably psychological because it's the same stuff, but maybe they just turned it a little bit better. So see, look how nice and creamy this dressing is. So I'm gonna move this to the side. Okay, and I already cooked my cornbread. Now, packet made like a little bit like for well, it look like it might be enough. We'll see. But if you have a big family that you're gonna try to feed this for, you might wanna maybe make 2 packets if you want completely spread across the whole dish. So we're gonna see. Like I said, this is my first time making this. And we're gonna do it together. But I almost started chopping stuff before I start making the video because that way you could just not take too long and do it. But we got to go. You guys, y'all ain't got nowhere to go. Y'all here with me watching me do this fabulous stuff. So she kind of like cut up everything. And I'm just kind of making it little chunks. And I'm just gonna go across and go across it a little bit more to make it just, it wouldn't be so big of a chunk of piece of cornbread. But like I said, I don't know what the outcome is gonna be. So we all experiencing this together. So I'm gonna move this little plate I call myself putting. And so I already got my little ending plate or glass pan because everything is gonna be layered across, right? So here's my cornbread. I'm gonna go ahead and just dump that in there. I don't want a lot of stuff just everywhere, so I'm gonna try to move it to the side a little bit. Get out my way. That's a lot of noise in it. And this is how it's looking so far. So I'm gonna chop it up a little bit more. It's nice and brown on the bottom. It's got like a little goldenness on the top. I cooked it for about, well, I set my timer first for like 17 minutes. And then when I looked at it, I said, well, I want to make it maybe a little bit more browner. And so I added like another 2 minutes onto it. And the oven was set at 400 degrees. Well, I guess they did kind of spread across the whole pan. Okay, so we had to change the plan, right? You know, sometimes you try to do people recipes, and you should probably stick to the plan they already gave you. So this is how it's looking. It's something that's just spread it across. Okay. But before I start getting all the the wet items, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some onions. So we're gonna use like the purple onion. I guess because you know it has like the little flavor, but it also it would give us some different colors, you know, give it a little bit of color to your salad. Cut this up a little bit. Peel it a little bit. And she did say, which I'm not fixing to get up right now, but if you sometimes, like when you use a lot of onions and stuff in your meals, that if you take time to peel and then rinse, like if it's products that usually burn your eyes, that will help some with that. So I'm just going to cut off just a little bit. Yep, I got the one eye closed because yeah, I'm steaming up a little bit. And so I don't want a lot of chaos on my counter. So I'm gonna go ahead and put what I'm not gonna use up. That way, it'll make it easier for me to be able to get up and put everything in the refrigerator at one time. So now, so I'm looking forward to the summer, kind of doing a few little different things, eating a little bit healthier. We went through the whole thing of trying to be vegan, and me and my friend Demetri got on here, so that was pretty fun. And so then, she took a break for a little bit. She had a lot of different things. She was moving to a new place, a new city. And so I miss being on here with Miss Demetri. We have to get her, come on here and do some kind of follow-up and see what she's been doing. She's very well, she was working out a lot because she's more very athletic and everything. So I'm sure she probably still got that going on and everything. Today I got up and for some reason, well, when my husband home, for some reason, I've been waking up 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I have this plan of, so if I wake up at 3, I could put a movie on the TV on for 2 hours. That'll take me to 5. And then if I'm not supposed to be up to 8:30, that'll give me 3 hours and 30 minutes to rest. Then I need to get up and re-shower again and get myself ready for work. But today, I woke up at 3. I think around 4 or something say you just about to just get up, maybe to exercise. So I started doing some little stretches and stuff. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll go get on my bike and, just make it a little ride and all that. And yeah. So I did, you know what? And I set my clock. Oh, my friend Rick had gave me this watch. I think I told y'all last time for Mother's Day. And the goal is for the next couple of weeks. For now, I'm up to 4,000 steps. And as of right now, I have 7,416 steps. Can't really see it. You have to take my word for it. And so I've been working on it because I'm working on my mobility, trying to get better, trying to do stuff without that walker and everything. So yeah, I'm trying to do that. I'm not going to use the rest of this onion. That's enough onions, I think. Put some of this back up in here, what I don't really need. Okay. So I'm just going to sit my little plate above my cornbread and put my little onions just on a corner of that plate. And I'm using my cute my Diva cutting dish. One year, because we do the women's cruise, and so one year I bought everybody like a Diva cutting board. Let me show it to y'all. It's so cute. Ain't that cute? Oh, Divas. Okay, so now it asked for so I decided to use the yellow bell pepper. Now there you had some red and they had some green, but the little small ones, but they didn't have none in the store. So I said, okay, I'm gonna pretend it's 2 small peppers, and I just decided to go with the yellow. So if you want, you can use red and green or whatever color you want to, like little small peppers. And so I'm gonna cut that up in some thick slices. Now, I'm learning how to do all this, so I'm not saying I'm gonna be Speedy Gonzalez, but yeah, this is something. If you go back and do the video, you can get the items and we can cut it together. Because really, one of the things this summer is with a couple of our friends, we're gonna try to do some of those crock pot meals, and so I got to figure out if I need to buy like a whole bunch of meat and ingredients and have everybody over and everybody be at a different station and we all cut stuff up and then we put it in freezer bags. We just got to figure that part out and see how that's going to go. I can really see how this needs to be thin a little bit because you figure now this is not going to be cooked. This is like you're going to be eating it as a salad. So in my mind, I'm thinking I might put in my little cute. I got this little machine which you can put stuff in and it really crunches stuff down. I got a feeling I'm probably need to do that a little bit. Not to take away for too much because I guess they want to have the feeling of it. But we'll see. All right. So that's enough of that. What else we got? So they got some green onion. Okay, so I got a little green onion. I'm gonna put some little bit of the green in, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the white. So maybe I'm gonna go ahead and cut it in half. Okay, so I can kind of get a little bit of both. So I can get a little bit of the white into it too, to cut in here. Okay, so I'm trying to make little small slices of that. Ooh, it smells good. All these different ingredients, natural. I mean, or is it organic? Um, it smells really good. I wonder if I can turn it to a salad first. We'll see. Or if we're trying to make things easier, easy fix. It's really the longest, other than just chopping this stuff up, which if you're a person that like to prep, you could probably do a day of just prepping and cutting. And then that way when you come to making all your different, meals, everything is cut up. You can just use a cup of this, cup of that, teaspoon of this, teaspoon of that. Okay, what else they got? They have some tomatoes. Okay, so I decided to do the smaller tomatoes. So I'm gonna cut the end off and just kind of cut it in 4 sections. And just thin and slice that. I want to make sure I bought like 3 of them. I want to make sure it kind of, spreads across the whole salad. But it's kind of working out with this little plate in front of me, and where I can just kind of section stuff and keep going. Um, I don't know how long I've been on this air making this salad. So some of you, I'm sure you could probably go quicker, and most of it's because I'm talking. So um, I'm gonna make my little salad. I don't know if I'm gonna go take a shower first or what I'm gonna do, or if I'm just gonna sit down and eat because I haven't eaten yet, and enjoy me some TV. I'll do some hair color with my clients today, and I got to get up early tomorrow and do more clients. But I love doing stuff like this. This is my passion. That's my passion too, because I've been doing over 30 some years. So that is my passion. But I sometimes it's okay to make a few changes in your life. And I love making videos. It's just fun. Even if I'm the only one watching it, it don't matter. Okay, so what else they got? So they did a cucumber. So the lady was saying, I'm gonna get her name because she was really nice. For my next one. Because I've seen a few things of hers and a few things of another lady. And she was saying what she liked to do, because she's looking for that greenery. Sometimes she kind of peels, like leave a line, do like a little 3 thing, just a little decoration, have a little. So I guess that could be kind of cute, but I don't like chewing through stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel this stuff off. I'm go ahead and just peel it off, and I tell you, the right tools make a big difference. Look how fast it's going. I just got this in the mail. I was ordering some stuff. You know how you start to order stuff, and I got a friend, she is an order professional. And these little companies, they be trying to trick you, talking about they got these promotions, you can win this and that, and they be tricking you. And the one kept telling me to send them a person name, and then I was gonna win these prizes. But after I did the 5th time, and I kept coming up with the same thing, and I was still sending them stuff. I said, forget this. I'm not gonna. They think they crazy. I'm not gonna send them all my friends' names. So if I sent y'all a name, forgive me. So I'm gonna cut this up just like I did that tomatoes in 4 parts. I have to watch what I'm doing because I can't afford to cut my fingers because I need my hands to work more than need to make a food or make a food salad. If I have to work my job, I will still have to work and just be in pain. This is kind of noisy, right? I was in there watching Red Fox, he was so funny, with Lamont and um Esther and Grady. And I swear Grady looked like one of my grandsons in the future. She didn't see it, but I see it. You could look past that gray hair. I could see it, his little face. But I love them. I love all the old shows and going back into the past and stuff like that and just relaxing. Now I have been watching a little bit of reality stuff. And my husband, he told me he hates reality shows. But I like to watch some little couples and see what they're gonna do. And some of them you just think gonna make it, they'll run your nerves up. I was watching this one and I got so tired of them. I said, I'm gonna fast forward to the end and go ahead and get the answer. Because on Netflix, the answer is already at the end. And I couldn't, I wasn't gonna let them drag me through a few more days of that foolishness. I went ahead and then it was just like I thought. And some of them when I thought, well, how this worked out, that made it through. And I hope they make it. But the way they look, some of them very selfish. Very selfish. And then the last one, I think it was, I don't know if it was season 12. It was a complete train wreck. And because I fast forward the other one, I couldn't deal with them at all, especially when I seen them one person looking like a hurricane running through there. I was like, oh, what happened from the time they from the altar to the time they made it to this part? I don't even know what happened. Y'all, so see what I've been doing? Ease on down the road. All right, so what else we need? So we got our dressing, and we got the cucumbers, the green onions, the yellow peppers, which I say you can use red, yellow, or green. We got the cucumbers, I said already, and got the purple onions, or some people call them red onions. We got the cornbread, which is one of the main dishes. Let's see if we need anything else to cut up. Okay, so the last and not least, as far as cutting, we have the romaine lettuce. Now, when I go to a restaurant, I used to hate, and this must be what it is, when they have these big chunks of lettuce in your food, and then you have to cut it up, right? It's like they got it almost remind me like a tree stump. It's like, who got time to chew this? Right here. So we're gonna cut this out of here. So, and then you wanna make sure, you don't wanna make, so in case you're gonna be eating this more than one day, you wanna wash it and everything, but you wanna make sure it's not dripping wet because you don't want it to wilt your salad earlier than what it needs to be. I'm gonna look and see what part where this lettuce go, because I might could cut up and throw it straight into my salad. Let's see. So we'll do the cornbread. Huh. All right, so the lettuce almost too much at the end. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna put it back on the other tray and when I finish cutting it up. So you kind of get it. I don't want to make it too big, like leave too many big pieces in it, So you kind of get it and you kind of cut it up a little bit. And let me see. I'm just gonna sit it to the side and try to pull a few more pieces. Like I said, because we want to cover the whole, bowl with everything. But I don't like those big old end pieces at the end. You guys, what kind of salads you guys like? Maybe we can feature some of your salads in here. But like I said, this is my first time making this salad because I'm not even a salad person, but I'm looking forward to eating this, right? And I ain't got no real backup plan. I'm saying that lady said it tastes good, so I'm having faith, and I'm gonna go with that. Y'all gonna know the truth when I get through, cause I'm gonna taste it while you're on here. While we're recording. Okay. I wonder if they sell this type of lettuce already cut up. Investigate that next time. But that's not what she did, so I'm kind of doing what she did. But if you learn recipes, you can kind of perfect it a little bit and get better and everything. Yesterday, we had a good time. Yesterday, I went to my folks' house and we kind of watched a movie. It was one of those days where I had stuff I can do, but I just really needed to get out the house and do something different. So I went over there and we watched some movies. We got some criminals on TV. Criminals are everywhere. They are professionals, or they think they're professionals, so they always get caught. I think they be watching TV, getting all these different ideas of how not to act right. And I just think they don't watch to the end of the movie because they don't ever see the people always get turned in or caught. These plans be like ridiculous. Like, don't you know that somebody did that same plan and then they in jail? So we don't want to be like that. But then we watch John Wick. Now this is the first time I seen part 4. It was good. I like everything, action, drama, everything. Now, I'm not trying to mold my life like the people. Don't get it twisted. Okay. So, but I just like seeing what's going on in the world, what they're doing. And you know what? It's a good education to tell you what you should not be doing. Steer your kids away from those things. All right. And so let's see. Got a few more pieces. I don't know. Make sure keep everything neat. All right, so we got to get rid of some stuff here. Always keep it a little clean because that way when you get finished, you don't have that much to go to re-clean up everything or put up everything. Now, I went and bought this stuff because I want to try this salad out. But really, you need to have people in your family to really try this stuff out because I probably could have made 3 salads. And I just cut up some of the stuff that I want to use. And that way I'm going to be using everything. Now, another ingredient we're going to use is a can of sweet corn, which I already drained. We're going to use a can of black beans, which are already drained. We're going to use some cheddar cheese, which I used the Publix brand this time, the sharp cheddar. I'm going to do well when I have too much color. Since they hate, I just want very strong with it. Okay. Move all that out my way. Get my cheese. So, with my lettuce, cut it down to this. Okay. So you got my little cute little tray of the veggies and everything. So now let's see how they said to put this salad together. Really, it's all done, right? So now we just need to put it together and see what it tastes like. I didn't get myself a fork or nothing. That's okay. All right. So first, she did the cornbread, which we already did that. And then she said she topped all across the thing with the black beans. I'm just tilting it just so y'all can see how it's kind of like layering out. Be careful, don't cut yourself. Move it around a little bit. And then she did the corn the same way. Look at them colors already coming out. And I always keep just a little bit more, my little trash can right beside me so I can just dump it in. Put it around. See how it's kind of covering everything? Okay. Then she did the tomatoes and then the peppers. So you see, I got plenty of tomatoes, so kind of go across it. That way you have a little bit of flavor all over your salad. So I guess you could make the chunks as big as you like. And for this time, I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep those peppers the same as I already got them. Let's see something. Okay, I could deal with that. But sometimes if I got something I got to chew forever, I ain't trying to do all that. So now we want to get the cucumbers. Spread it across. If this tastes pretty good, I got a party coming up that I'm hosting, a paint party. I might redo this. We'll see. Because I don't know right now what I'm going to be making. But most likely it's going to be some type of oven dish so it can be hot. So this is not hot, it's cold. And then then you do your red onions. Yeah, this is a party salad. This is just too much food for one person. And you can't freeze it. And so I can't really see eating it probably too many days because I would imagine the cornbread would start to get to be soggy, right? Because cornbread's not even hard as croutons. And then from there, let's see. Oh, she did do the peppers. Yeah, this is a salad. This looks just like a salad with all this stuff. This looks good. It smells so good. Almost got a little bit of my green onions in there. Had to take it back. Okay. Okay, then it says, all right, so now she started to put that dressing across it. Okay, so look how everything is looking. So now, so I'm using my little cup. She starts to pour the dressing. I'm trying to zig it a little bit so I can make sure, because I don't know how far this is gonna spread. And then I'm gonna go back to my empty spots. So I can really see having to make of that dressing. Because I'm not really a crunchy salad person. And I don't mind for it to be like it done melted down some. But we'll see. So what I'm gonna do, just to make sure, I'm gonna get this spoon and I'm just gonna lightly go across the whole thing. So I know everything got a little bit of this taste on it. That's what I'm gonna do. So, she didn't say to do that, but like I say, you could be creative. If y'all notice, in this pan, this is starting to really fill up. All right, so then this is when she add this lettuce across the top. Wow, okay. Might didn't need as much lettuce, but okay. So hopefully If I had people, you would be taking your serving straight down, not across the top, right? I'm going to ask my friend Rick, who stayed with us, if he could try this salad out, and then I'll put in the description later what he said, if you like it or not. Okay. And then she has some bacon. Let me see if I got some bacon in the refrigerator. Because a lot of times, nice stuff. Hmm. Okay. All right. So that's one thing you could have had. You could have put a little bit of bacon, cooked bacon or something. So we don't have bacon. How did I miss that? I tell you, you write stuff down and you still don't see it when you go to the store. It's probably them Klondike bars I bought. But anyway, and then you put across your green onions, which is last. So it's just really just adding a little bit more greenery to the top of your salad. Just bring it around. So I guess I really need to make a little bit more green onions, but this is enough. This is enough already. All right, I'm gonna move this to the side. And then after that, I'm gonna put some of your cheese across the top. I'm gonna sprinkle my cheese. So actually, if you want to see a little bit more of the greenery, you could probably do your cheese first and then put the green onions last on here. Now, this is a 8-ounce bag. Is what I use of this cheese. Leave it to the side because I'll make sure I write all that down. Spread this across my little salad. I'm going to push it down a little bit so it can absorb some of the rest of the juices that's in this salad. And you could do that once you put your little, your cling, what is it, your cling seal on here. But I did that right now because I want to take some out and see what it looked like while you guys are on here. So we can all see. So excuse me 1 second. Okay, so I went to get me a few items because I hadn't thought about how I'm gonna take this out of here. So got me a plate. Let's see. So let's cut it a little bit. Let's see if a spatula would be good for this type of stuff. So I scooped me some out in a plate like that. said, I'm like, oh, and so what I want to do is take a picture of that, how it looks, and I'll put that in the description. And see. So pretty much, other than me just talking about it, it don't really take that long to make, right? Turn that around. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I want to take the picture because, once you eat it, the picture is gone. All right, so now let's get to it. Father, thank you so much for this meal. Bless this food, bless this time that I had together with me and the women from the women from Women's Trust, from a sister's trust, and the women's that trusting in the things that we do on the station. I thank you for everything. So bless this food. Let's try it and eat it. Let's see. Have me like said, I'm scared, but I ain't gonna be scared. I need to have that faith, right? Let's see. Okay, so I don't know, like I said, I don't like all that lettuce and stuff. Get down to it. Get some of the bread in it. Mm, 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 mm. This is so good. And then because I made it, it's so good. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Mm. Guys, y'all gonna love this. And this is like a whole meal. Mm, mm, mm. But you know what? I will eat this in a bowl because it could be messy. I can see this. Mm, 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 mm. Y'all know y'all have if y'all eat something that you feel like it should be shameful that you're eating, but this is so good. For them country people that I shouldn't say country people, country cookers, them women, they know how to make stuff from nothing. Oh my goodness, let me see. Got to be more careful. This could be bad now. You know how I end up with these meals that's really not diet. But this is like a whole meal because it's got the cheese, it's got black beans, it's got the tomato, and I could take that hickory smoke that remember I used the hickory smoke and brown sugar for the dressing, along with the Publix ranch. And this is so good together. Oh my goodness. We might have something on right there with just mixing that for a dressing. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let me quit. But it is so good. It's time for me to clean up. I feel like I can eat a whole bunch of stuff. I ain't really had that much lettuce, but I had more of the bread and everything. That is so good. I'm gonna tell our friend Rick to go ahead and try it while it's fresh off the market. But anyway, thank you guys for trusting me with your time. And that's another quick, it really is quick, but it's just you guys know I've been talking you to death. So, but this is a summer salad for us. This could be a regular meal for somebody, well, for us. And get across your husband and say, listen, you don't have to have meat on everything you have. So maybe we can get by with that. So anyway, I'm gonna say farewell and close this off because I am tired and it's time for me to eat after I straighten up everything. But the next time, summer salad is fun time through the summer. All right, love you guys and be prayed up and make great decisions of what you want to do with your life. All right, thank you for joining me on My Sister's Trust.